I am recording the video and today's topic is event handler. What does event handler mean? An event handler in C# is a method that contains the code that gets executed in response to a specific event that occurs in an application. Event handlers are used in a graphical user interface application to handle events such as button clicks and menu selections raised by control in the user interface. A single event handler can be used to process events raised by multiple controls. An event can be associated with multiple event handlers which will be invoked synchronously when the event occurs. Event handlers can also be used to handle events that signal an object's state changes to the object's client. Takeopedia explains event handler. The C# event model is based on a publish subscribe pattern in which a class publisher triggers an event while another class subscriber receives that event. An event handler is the subscriber that contains the code to handle a specific event. For example, an event handler can be used to handle an event that occurs during the click of a command button in the UI. In C#, an event is connected to its handler by an event delegate. To raise an event and respond to the event, the two necessary elements are the delegate that links the event to its handler method and the class that holds event data. By adding the delegate's instance to the event object using the additional assignment operator, the event handler is called on occurrence of its associated event. The signature of an event handler delegate include two parameters that represent the object instance raising the event and the object holding event. The signature of an event handler method should match with that of the delegate for that event and with the return type as void. The .NET Framework provides a built-in event handler that can be used in cases where delegates used differ only by type name and hence can reduce code that need to be maintained. Events in .NET are based on the delegate model. The delegate model follows the observed design pattern, which enables a subscriber to register with the receive notification from a provider. An event sender pushes a notification that an event has happened and an event receives that notification and define a response to it. This article describes the major components of the delegate model, how to consume event in application and how to implement events in your code. An event is a message sent by an object to signal the occurrence of an action. The action can be caused by user interaction such as a button click, or it can result from some other program logic such as changing a property's value. The object that raised the event is called the event sender. A delegate is a type that holds a reference to a method. A delegate is declared with a signature that shows the return type and parameter for the method it references, and it can hold references only to methods that match its signature. A delegate is the equivalent to a type safe function, pointer, or callback. A delegate declaration is sufficient to define a delegate class. Delegate have many uses in .NET. In the context of event, a delegate is an intermediary between the event source and the code that handles the event. You associate a delegate with an event by including delegate type in the event declaration as shown in the example in the previous section. .NET provide the event handler and the event handler T-event args delegate to support most event scenarios. Use the event handler delegate for all events that don't include event data. Use the event handler T-event args delegate for event that include data about the event. This delegate have no return type value and take two parameter, an object for the source of the event and an object for event data. Delegate are multicast, which means that they can hold references to more than one event handling method. For more information, see the delegate reference page. Delegate provide a flexibility and fine-grained control in event handling. A delegate acts as an event dispatcher for the class that raised the event by maintaining a list of registered event handlers for the event. Data that is associated with an event can be provided through an event data class. .NET provides many event data classes that you can use in your application. For example, the serial data received event args class is the event data class for the serial port.data received event. .NET follows a naming pattern of ending all events data classes with event args. You determine which event data class is associated with an event by looking at the delegate for the event. For example, the serial data received event handler delegate includes the serial data received event args class as one of its parameter. The event class is the base type of all event data classes. Event args is also the class you use when an event doesn't have any data associated with it. When you can create an event that is only meant to notify other classes that something happened and doesn't need to pass any data, include the event args class as the second parameter in the delegate. You can pass the event args.empty value when no data is provided. The event handler delegate includes the event args class as a parameter. When you want to create a customized event data class, create a class that derives from event args and then provide any members needed to pass data that is related to the event. To respond to an event, you define an event handler method in the event receiver. This method must match the signature of the delegate for the event you are handling. In the event handler, you perform the actions that are required when the event is raised, such as collecting user input after the user clicks a button to receive notification when the event occurs. Your event handler method must subscribe to the event. .NET allows subscriber to register for event notification either statically or dynamically. Static event handlers are in effect for the entire life of the class whose events they handle. Dynamic event handlers are explicitly activated and deactivated during program execution, usually in response to some conditional program logic. Thank you.